What's up, everybody? Spencer Lazari here, MMA Interviews, and I am joined live by insane Georgi Karakhanyan, live and direct from, where are you, Riverside?
No, I'm in Cedar Pines Park.
It's a new place you got, huh?
Yeah, it's up in the mountains where no one can find me.
So that's where you were doing a lot of the camp. You had Lorenz up there and getting that elevation training, right?
Yeah, most of the camp was here, just doing lots of running here and just, of course, resting. And then it was cool to have Lawrence here, you know, because I was stuck here by myself. But when he came here, we had fun just messing around, doing all kinds of videos.
How far is that from Millennia, where you also go do your training at?
How what?
How far is that from Millennia?
It's about 30 to 35 minutes away from Millennium.
Oh, that's not too bad. So obviously an impressive submission victory you had this weekend in Bellator over Bubba Jenkins. You seemed a little bit like this one was personal too at the end in the post-fight speech. Talk to us about the fight and that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of took it a little too far, but it got personal when he made that comment, which I know he didn't mean it. It was just to, I don't know, promote the fight or whatever it is. But I took it a little too far. But at the end, we're both fighters. I show respect to anyone that steps inside the cage. So everything's cool. I mean, I'm cool with him.
Talk to us about how he was able to escape the first couple. We know your guillotine is pretty crazy, so he was able to fight off the first couple attempts, but then reshot and you sunk it on the right side, which is a little more of the strong side for you.
Well, they're both equally strong. I mean, I finished a few on the left side, but I feel like it just the way he shot in, he kind of shot in too lazy, and he left his head there, and I just went for a finish.
Yeah. When did you know that? I mean, that it was locked up and that was the end. Did you think you had it on the first attempts, or when did you really say, okay, this is done? And obviously he went out, so you had to have probably felt that.
Right about when he lifted me up, I already knew it was sunk in way, way, way too deep, and then probably 3 seconds before I said he's out, he was already out. So, I mean, I had to hold it until the ref had to pull me off.
Yep. What's a better feeling for you when you get to knock somebody out, like a knockout on bow or a submission like this?
I like knockouts, but I feel like submissions, you work for it. Some knockouts I could just close my eye and just swing, and stuff could happen. But I feel like
Me?
no, no, you're the shit, man. No shit talking to you. But I feel like submissions, you work little bit harder, and you kind of try to come up with ideas how to finish. So I guess you could say I like submissions more.
Yeah, it seems like you really take pride in the ground aspect. Was that sort of the game plan? I mean, you talked about standing and this and that, but was it knowing that eventually he's going to shoot and you're going to fish for those submissions?
I knew eventually he's going to shoot when I hit him, but I saw a few of his interviews. He said he's going to keep it standing. That I'm wrestling. I'm expecting him to be a wrestler. So I was really hoping to let my hands go, because I feel like I haven't let my hands go in my past 3 to 4 fights as I do in a gym, and that's a good thing. Maybe it's for my next fight, but I was hoping to let my hands go and go 3 round war with him. Since I haven't fought that much last year, I was like, you know what, I want a 3 round fight, but like push the pace, and if the finish comes, I'll take it. If not, then I'll be happy with that.
He was pretty quick though early. I mean, not that you were worried at all standing. I could tell you were just calm and kind of stalking, waiting your turn. But he seemed pretty quick.
Yeah. Uh, you know,
Some improvement from what I'd seen in his other fights, I should say, really.
yeah. He was gonna try to keep it standing, but I think as soon as he felt uncomfortable, that's when he started shooting.
Sure. Well, of course, the title fight, a rematch for you against Pitbull. Talk to us about that fight. Potentially going down maybe May, June. Looks like.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that fight. I feel like this time around is going to be a different story, and I feel like he's probably thinking he's getting ready for a jiu-jitsu guy because looking at my past fights. But I'm really looking forward to this matchup, and I'm not even looking at that belt. I'm more concerned about getting a victory and beating him. Beating him either all 5 rounds or finishing.
It was a little weird. I don't know if you watched the main event, and you probably didn't watch the telecast if you did there, cage side. But they were apparently Strauss was saying like to throw in the towel, and his knee hurt. Do you feel like that had an impact on how he was out wrestled? Because I was impressed with Pitbull's wrestling ability in this fight. I would have never expected him to get the better of that department.
Yeah, and I talked to Strauss after the fight, and I heard he had some injuries with his knees, so he wasn't training maybe for 2 weeks. And he said, I think it's from one of the kicks he checked that Petruchio threw, and he just messed up his knee. But I didn't know about the towel thing. But as far as me watching a fight there, I thought Strauss was doing really good, landing a lot of straight lefts because he's a lefty, and took him down a few times. He was pushing the pace overall and just kind of like exposing Petruchio like no one else have. So it was actually a good experience watching him from the cage side fight, and it's my TV. And I felt like he did really good. And if the knee injury wouldn't happen, then I thought he would. The last round, it would depend who would push the pace, and I thought he was doing good.
Definitely crazy to have 2 fights in a row for him where he's winning clearly, handily on the scorecards and lose like that.
Yeah.
Talk about, he's obviously a southpaw, but you also have that reach advantage still against Petruchio, so it's a little bit different. But are you going to look then to expose him the same way? I mean, and utilize a little bit of that length because he's such a stocky, smaller guy.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to use my reach. I got to fight him tall. I got to find really lanky, a lot of push kicks, a lot of push him away, and try to find that finish. And I feel like you could hit him, you could finish him, and he showed from his past fight with Strauss. So I'm definitely going to use my reach with him.
Is there any doubt in your mind that guys like you and Pitbull and Strauss, that Pat Curran, that you guys can hang with the elite in the UFC featherweight division?
Of course. I think Strauss, Petruchio, myself, Curran, there's a few other guys in the 45-pound division, Bellator.
It'd be the strongest division in all of Bellator, actually, I think.
Yeah, I think we could all hang. I mean, just because we don't all fucking talk and do all the talking, all that stuff like that, and, doesn't mean we're not the best. I mean, I feel like we're one of the toughest, not probably better than them.
I believe you're talking about Mr. Conor McGreg, who fought the day after you guys against Dennis Seaver there. Talk about his performance, though. I mean, you seem like you were kind of impressed, actually, whereas before you kind of didn't seem as much.
Yeah, he did good against Seaver, but I mean, I feel like UFC knows how to match him up with good matchups. I mean, he's selling a lot of ticket sales. He's making a lot of noise. I mean, you're not gonna doubt about it. I mean, he talks. I mean, he just beat Seaver, so I'm guessing, of course he's gonna fight Aldo, but they have to give him the right fights. I feel like Max Holloway did really good against him, and after that the matchups they haven't given him a wrestler, like a really good wrestler. I want to see him go against Lance Palmer. I want to see him go against Chad Mendes. But they're not going to do that because, I mean, he's bringing a lot of money into the box office for UFC and for himself. So, here you go. He's fighting Aldo, and I think that's going to be a pretty fun fight for Aldo.
one thing you have to respect is he's about his paper. He's about his money. I mean, you're a guy who has said on the record that you really fight for money right now to support your family.
Yeah, yeah. But that motherfucker's making way more than I do. But
Well,
I'm never gonna be that fighter that, changes in fucking 24 hours and becomes all this different fighters starts talking. I'm always gonna be me, and I just believe in training hard, and I don't have that much time for Twitter and all that bullshit.
I actually tweeted out. Good, you probably didn't see my tweet, but I tweeted out. I think that you're probably the most underrated fighter in the world. Quite frankly, just because I've seen you. I know how good you are for so many years, and it's like still it seems like you're kind of flying under that radar.
Yeah, but I mean, all my hard work is gonna show on my fights. So I mean, it's paying off right now. It's showing up, and all I could do is just get better. I can't be good at talking because I have a fucked up accent, so I'm gonna look really weird talking shit. But I'll save all that and I'll just train. I'm in the gym all the time. I mean, I was back this Monday training, so and just get ready for this belt. To get this belt.
What were the decisions to go to Bellator? What really weighed into that decision to leave World Series and sign with Bellator?
Uh, they showed an interest. I talked to Mike Hogan and they showed the most interest. And then UFC, I think the division was still stacked. But I saw the offer with Bellator, and I liked the offer, so we went with them. And like I said, I have that unfinished business, and it's perfect.
Nice. Um, well, what are the goals? I mean, obviously the immediate goal now will be to get that belt. But what are your career goals moving forward still?
Get this belt. I mean the belt. Like I said, I'm not worried about the belt. It's the opponent in front of me, which is Petruchio. He beat me fair and square. So get that loss back out of my record, and then fight the best guys. If my name's still not in the radar, I'm just gonna beat every single tough fighter there is, and without me talking, I'm sure enough I'll be in that radar soon.
Nice. How about Lorenz, man? He looked. I mean, I can't think of a welterweight who has faster hands than he showed in that fight, which is crazy because he's coming down all the way from being a fatty at heavyweight a long time ago.
Yeah, man, and he's diet. I'm gonna get on that donuts, Carlos Jr., all that diet. Maybe my hands will get released. But he looked really good, and his hands look really sharp. His speed was on point, and overall he looked good. I mean, first time cutting to 170. I really think that's his home, and any 170 pounder that watched that fight probably are shitting their pants because I mean he's a very talented, and I feel like he's gonna go really far in the sport.
I agree. I really think this is a great move. Win over the champion already, the current champ, dominating win at that. Uh, I can't wait to see what's in store for him next. Yeah, talk about anything else you want to say, man. Anything?
No, man, just thank you for all the time for interviewing me, and hopefully we'll find out a date and let you guys all know when we're fighting for that belt. So hopefully maybe May or June.
It'd be great if it could be in Cali again. I know that was pretty cool fighting, relatively close to home, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Haven't been here for like 4 years and been traveling a lot, so that was pretty cool to be home and you know just drive back down there. It's only like 2 hours away, so it was pretty cool.
Who's the best Armenian fighter? Ronda Rousey doesn't count.
Who's the boy?
Who's the best Armenian fighter?
Who's the best Armenian fighter? Gegard Mousasi, Manny Gambirian.
Georgi Karakhanyan?
Yeah.
I put you right in there, man. I'll put you right there, brother. So
Thank you. Thank you.
excited to see Saucedo fight this weekend. Can he Can he avoid the H-bomb? He doesn't use a whole lot of head movement. I don't know.
Yeah, if he doesn't get hit by one of those H bombs, man, I
He's so
think
stiff.
he should do good. And I just think for him, he should probably move to United States to get his training here.
Get on that vegetarian diet. How do you do that? How do you stay strong? You know, people talk about not feeling strong enough, but you feel like you get all the protein you need and everything without any meat?
Yeah, I do, and I feel like people when they first turn into vegetarians, they don't eat as much as vegetable. You know, they just worry about the carbs. They eat a lot of bread and stuff like that, so they gain a lot of weight. They have no energy. But you know, I make sure I eat all my vegetables. I make sure I juice, and you know, I take a lot of B12s, vitamin B12s, because that's what we're missing a lot. So I do that, and then I just try to research. You know, wherever it's good for me, then I'll try it out. If it works, perfect. I'll stay with it.
Do you miss meat? Do you ever crave it at all?
Uh, the reason why I'm laughing because Lawrence was asking me this. No, I don't actually. Not really. I don't miss meat at all. In the beginning, I did. I did miss a lot of McDonald's and carne asada tacos, stuff like that. But not right now.
I couldn't do it.
I know. I could tell.
Well, cool, man. Excited to see this year how it plays out here for you in Bellator. It's a great place, I think, for you, and congratulations on another submission win.
Thank you, Spencer.
All right. We'll see you soon out here. Right? Coming out?
Yep.
All right.